What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Georgetown versus UConn college basketball matchup going down Saturday, February 10th, 2024. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure that you head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get to this one between Georgetown and UConn. We got Georgetown coming into this one with a record of 8-14 on the year. Losers of 7 straight, sitting at 1-10 in conference play after a 76-70 loss at the hands of Seton Hall in their last matchup, while UConn comes in with the nation's longest active win streak at 11 games, 11-1 in conference play, 21-2 overall this season after a 71-62 victory over Butler in their last matchup. And now, UConn, when you look at these two teams side by side from a statistical standpoint in conference play, UConn heads and shoulders the better team on both ends of the floor. They lead the conference in offensive efficiency, effective field goal percentage, 3-point shooting. They're third in 2-point shooting, which is the weakness of this Georgetown defense. So UConn should be able to get whatever they want at will in this matchup. The problem that I have with UConn in this game, and while it's not, the biggest deal, it is when, your bettors like us, is that his team's had issues covering big numbers, and especially at home as of late. They were laying 14 at home against Butler in their last game, won by 9. They were laying 13 at home against Providence, won by 9. They were laying 21 in the first meeting against Georgetown at home this season, won by 13. So Georgetown has had a history of covering in this matchup. They've actually covered in each of the last 4 meetings between these two teams, including both meetings last year, where UConn won the national title. UConn at home won by 11, and then the follow-up matchup at Georgetown, they only won by 6, laying 13. So Georgetown, like I said, despite being one of the worst teams in the conference, has a history of covering in this matchup. Now, Georgetown on the other side of the coin, they've been doing a great job covering, but where they've been doing a great job covering is covering spreads on the road, mainly because with how bad Georgetown's been, they tend to get these inflated numbers. They were getting 13 at Seton Hall, lost by 6. They were getting 11 at Providence, lost by 8. 12 at Xavier, lost by 1, and we mentioned the 21 points earlier that they were getting at UConn, lost by 13. Georgetown's biggest struggles this year have been against teams like Marquette, Creighton, teams that can push the pace and score. But like I said, so can UConn. So I'm kind of at an impasse here. Do you trust UConn to be able to score enough to get you up and over this hump and get the winning cover on the road and finally break the schneid against Georgetown? Or, do you trust Georgetown to, once again cover against UConn? It's a slippery slope because, like I said, the results have shown that it could genuinely go either way. The statistics say UConn, the history says Georgetown. So rather than try to mess around and split hairs with the side here, because I genuinely could see both happening. I could see Georgetown sneaking in the back door, maybe losing this one by 15 points. I could also see UConn coming out and winning this one by 25, 30 points. I'm going to side with the over here. The reason I was looking at UConn initially was because they don't have a look-ahead spot in this game. They did the first time that they played Georgetown. They had a date with Creighton on deck at home. Now after this, they played DePaul. So take that for what it's worth. But I think the over is the stronger play here, is because whichever way this game script ends up going, I think we're headed for a high-scoring game. Because if UConn decides to blow out Georgetown, I can see UConn hitting 85, 90 points in this game. Doesn't leave a whole lot of work that Georgetown has to do to get us up and over this number. And if it is a reasonably close game, well, I think that Georgetown can still score into the 70s here. Maybe you get UConn scoring into the high 70s and gets us up to that 150 range. So rather than mess around with the side, although I do maybe lean towards UConn, I'm going to go with the over 146 in this one. That's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. While you're at Pickdawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. And while you're at our YouTube channel, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pickdawgz. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.